There's a bunch of crazy Star Wars news that's been circulating online, including massive rumors and updates about when to expect the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer, that one that we thought we were getting real soon, the one everybody wants.
Stay up to date about the nerdy things that you care about. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. It's Josh. Of course, we got to talk about all this crazy Star Wars news, mostly about the updates around the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. But before we do, I need to shout out Omega24, who got the nerd card question in yesterday's show. Yes, indeed, Morgan Stark was the cousin of Tony Stark in the comic books. You know your stuff, so shout out to you. We will do another nerd card question at the end of this video. Do you guys remember those reports last year that there was a cut of a Star Wars trailer? We were probably going to see it before Christmas in 2018. And do you also remember the reports saying that that was bumped and it will be coming out in very early January? I sure do, and none of those things came to pass. So I wanted to talk about some new updates about when we might get this Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. A lot of people pointing to the Super Bowl. There's some weird news when it comes to that, so we're gonna break it all down right now. To the best of my knowledge, here's what's actually going on. So we know that Disney did cut multiple copies of a teaser trailer late last year. That's been more or less confirmed by multiple different sources, so they've got at least a couple of trailers that they could release at any moment. You'll remember back then there was apparently reported contention among Disney marketing as far as what to focus on, Avengers and Captain Marvel versus Star Wars Episode 9. At the time, people at Disney were saying, hold back on the Star Wars stuff, let's just let word of mouth focus on the Marvel stuff and build buzz as we end out the fiscal year of 2018. And this kind of makes sense on some levels. I mean, you've got the Avengers movies coming out in the beginning of the year. Star Wars isn't until the end of the year, so normally I would agree that, you've got time, just let the focus be on the Marvel stuff, and then we'll move into the Star Wars stuff later. But as we all know, Star Wars is in a unique position right now, and I think could benefit incredibly by building extra buzz for Star Wars Episode 9 immediately. And there have been multiple reports talking about how Disney is planning on marketing Episode 9 in a different way. They're approaching the marketing differently, and this actually comes in line with some other reports that Disney really believes that it was marketing that caused Solo, a Star Wars story, to fail at the box office. They think they just didn't give enough time for marketing and weren't clear enough with their marketing for that movie. So it seems like they're definitely aiming to change that with Star Wars Episode 9, which again would suggest that they're really trying to release this trailer ASAP. Now, in the past couple of days, there have been a lot of articles and YouTube videos made talking about these trailers that we're supposed to get now at the Super Bowl. So apparently out there online, there are people talking about how Disney has 3 30-second little teaser clips that they're going to play throughout the Super Bowl at different spots, which actually makes sense. I mean, in the Super Bowl, there are a lot of 30-second TV spots that are sold for huge buku bucks. But that's also kind of the problem, as there's a new Reddit user that reported yesterday that Pepsi Cola is actually fighting against Star Wars to get those spots, claiming that Star Wars didn't have their footage in time and that they have the right to those 30-second TV spots. I mean, it's like you can't make this shit up. Like, Pepsi is trying to take these Star Wars TV spots away from them at the Super Bowl, and that's why we might not get a Star Wars Episode 9 teaser trailer at the Super Bowl. And I want to take a second here to just talk about the sources on this stuff. So, Mike Zero, unfortunately, we got to talk about Mike again, puts out a lot of these videos and then they get sourced by other articles. I highly recommend people look at the bottom of the articles that they're reading too to see where that source comes from. If it's express.uk, go to that one and check where that's coming from. It's likely coming from Mike. And it's caused this problem where, there's a lot of rumors out there that we can't give the time of day to because of the way that Mike, reports anything that flies into his head. But with this particular leak, it's more than just Mike. There were some Reddit users that were at least proven to have some connections to Disney by the moderators, and those people did leak this information. Now, interestingly, one of those people is also the one leaking the stuff about Pepsi. So we probably have to believe that as well. But it would make sense, in my opinion, for them to put these teaser spots in the Super Bowl, get a little bit of buzz going before Star Wars Celebration, but that is when we will see the full trailer in all likelihood for Star Wars Episode 9 is at Celebration, which of course I'll be there, I'll be covering it, so we'll look forward to that. But that's pretty much the news, guys. There are a lot of reports about 3 30-second TV spots that will be on the Super Bowl. These are coming from more than just Mike Zero, so maybe we should take them seriously, but Pepsi Cola is coming in and pulling a Darth Vader and trying to steal away these spots or something. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about all this craziness in the comment section below. Of course, if the trailer does drop, we'll cover it here and cover it in the future when the official one drops at Celebration as well. And as I said in videos late last year, this is the formula that I think Disney needs to approach, and this is what they need to do with Star Wars. They need to put this trailer out and build buzz immediately. Really cool stuff, shots of the Knights of Ren, different things like that. They need to crush it at Star Wars Celebration, announcements about The Mandalorian, footage or concept art maybe for Dan and Dave's Old Republic movies, and then Episode 9 needs to blow everyone away, and then Star Wars is right back where it needs to be. Now let's check that nerd card before we get out of here. I want to know, what character did Jon Favreau voice in Solo, a Star Wars story? It was a cool character, didn't get enough screen time in my opinion. Let me know what character he voiced in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.